Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. Wanted to do a review on Netflix, Sean Combs, The Reckoning. Sean Combs, The Reckoning. What I'm going to discuss, this is going to be on episode 2, or around the 750 mark. So, this just reminds me of how we have all these artists, the talent. We cannot even catch a break to really be paid what we're worth as a collective, entertainers, celebrities, singers, what have you. We have problems with people in the dominant culture. And then even with our own, it gets even worse. It kind of reminds me, which I don't think this is as bad. No, this is worse, way worse. Of the color purple. It's like beautiful black women making something happen, and then we have this issue. We need to just get transparency to make sure that everything is cool before we go forward, work out the discrepancies, and then maybe next time, let's just, is everybody good? Okay, let's be positive going forward. And, let's be positive. We can't get along with each other. This here is Puff, here's Diddy, you know who that is. And the next man here is, Andre Harrell, some may say Harrell. He was a producer. He's the one that basically Diddy worked as an internship uh, and learned from him. He later on fired Diddy, and Diddy got his own thing going on. Okay, so I want you to listen. Much respects to Mike Burrows. He was the one that was also a partner in Bad Boy, the record company. Um, when Diddy came on his own and got with Biggie, they had this function. At this function, all the tickets were sold out, and people wanted to still get in. They couldn't get in, but they wanted to get in so bad, and they couldn't get in. So people, they started just bum rushing it, and some people were injured. 9 people, unfortunately, died. So at this point, what happens? Bad Boy established LLC. Mike Burrows gets 25% of the company, and Sean Combs gives his mother the other 75% in stock. So 25-75, the owners are on paper, Mike Burrows and Sean Combs' mother. And, that was done, it seems, to basically shield him from the legal liability of when those people lost their lives with the concert that was going on, some kind of event. So I want you to listen to Mike Burrows, what he says happened. Keep in mind, Diddy was like an intern to, I believe, Harrell here, Andre Harrell, who is no longer with us. So listen to what happened when Mike Burrows, working hard for the company, ended up homeless, they say, with no money. He tried to sue, but the statute of limitations had already run. So after that encounter happened, 9 people lost their lives. I guess to shield Diddy from legal liability. That's why he put 25% of the stock in Mike Burrows' name, which I think he deserved. And then the other 75% under Diddy's mother's name. So listen what happened when Diddy came back, circled the wagon. So this man is going to talk. This man is not him, but I'll let you know when Mike Burrows comes up. But keep in mind, this will tell you why he did what he did, in case you haven't seen it.
Puffy. Everybody wants to see him. He is now the new gateway into music. You're going to take all of this power and money you're getting now and play by the rules? No, I'm the rule now. I am the exception to the rule.
Now, the next person you're going to hear is going to be Mike Burrows, the one who owned 25% in stock of the company, Bad Boy. Here he is.
One day, it seemed like out of the blue, my door opens up. Sean walks in. He had a baseball bat.
Wow.
Had a big attache case suitcase with the snaps on it. The stocks were there.
You had a fucking hustle, you had a grind, do your job, whatever your...
He wanted me to sign my 25% over. Wow. And Diddy's over me like this. He wants to stop that. He wants it now.
I'm not gonna stay fucking lying there. I'm not. I can't do that, man.
He said, there's a business deal I need to take care of. I need to do this. I need to get this all on one side, but I'll give it back to you.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to give it back to you. And he threatened until I did. People always say to me, why would you do that? Why did you do that? Like, that was, I didn't want to give it back. I wanted to stay in good graces. I still wanted to be at the company. It wasn't like he was firing me, but I was definitely confused by it.
And you know,
Might sound strange, but if you've ever built something
yeah.
and you want it to last, you think about how to make it last.
You know, when I heard that, it just made me almost want to cry for that man. Because I know when you build something and you want to, you're like, oh yeah. And he probably thought, knowing in your heart of hearts, he's not going to give it back. Who does business deals with a baseball bat? I'm going to give it back to you. Well, if that's the case, we can go ahead and sign up some loan documents. How about that? If that is the case, we can sign up some loan documents. But that didn't happen. No. He's doing business with a baseball bat. Yeah, if you're going to give it back, why didn't he approach the man and say, hey, you know what? I need to make some deals. I need money from this stock, yada, yada, yada. Let's sign some loan documents and I'll give it back. That wasn't the deal. Again, who does business with a baseball bat?
People always say to me, why would you do that? Why did you do that? Like, that was, I didn't want to give it back. I wanted to stay in good graces. I still wanted to be at the company. It wasn't like he was firing me, but I was definitely confused by it. It might sound strange, but if you've ever built something
Yeah, your sweat
and
equity.
you want it to last, you think about how to make it last.
So in 2003, Kirk Burroughs, he did sue, claiming breach of contract for a stake in Bad Boy. However, it looks like the statute of limitations had basically run. The statute run, so the court found the claims were filed too late. The case unfortunately was dismissed. So it sounds like to me the statute of limitations ran. Now, let's get to Craig Mack. Craig Mack, you're going to hear from his ex-wife who worked under Bad Boy. And I want you to hear what she has to say. Now you see why we have all these black celebrities and we're like, hey, what's going on with the money? I don't understand. What is going on with the money?
Some things.
This is Craig Mack's ex-wife.
Becoming disenchanted.
I want to congratulate Craig Mack on his Grammy nomination. Yeah, baby, yeah. Cool, that's cool. And
Sure. Yo, you got nominated for a Grammy, but we had no money.
if you look at Bad Boy didn't sell enough
This
records
is Mark Curry.
to explain his wealth. But enough artists were on the label that sold enough records to explain his wealth.
Sean's trick was, I'm going to make you a star.
Now, listen carefully to this part. Listen carefully and imagine this happening to every artist.
But enough artists were on the label that sold enough records to explain his wealth.
Check this out. Explain it.
Sean's trick was, I'm going to make you a star. You sign, follow the money. That's what you're going to try to do as hard as you can. You're going to try your best. And we know you're going to try your best. So you signed your deal. We gave you your advance. At Uptown, that's the only money the artist has ever seen, that first advance. Andre had to wait. He never saw anything else.
Did you hear what he said? So Andre Harrell, the one with the bow tie, he said at Uptown, that's the only money the artist would ever see. So you get your advance, and you got that advance, and you're working on that grind to make it happen. And that's the only money you'll ever see. So it makes you wonder, so where did the rest of the money go, like the royalties go? Where did that money go?
That's what you're going to try to do as hard as you can. You're going to try your best. And we know you're going to try your best. So you signed your deal. We gave you your advance. At Uptown, that's the only money the artist has ever seen, that first advance. Andre had to wait. He never saw anything else.
Wow.
Did he pick that up? He made it even tighter.
Isn't that something? So did he learn from him, how to hustle the artist, and made it even tighter? Wow.
You hide everything that is an earning. You confuse the earnings. And now I own everything. You'll go out into the world. In the shell game, you'll be looking for your money for the next 20 years.
Sean did that to every artist. You're
Mark
in the
Corrigan.
studio, now you have to recoup for being in the studio. Puff owns the studio. And I have 4 sessions with you, only $400,000.
Did you hear that? Puff owns a studio. I understand paying for studio time, but 4 sessions, you owe him $400,000. Then they say he's charging for being in the video. So if you look at it, you're the artist out there performing. He doesn't have the talent that the artist had. Heaven knows he doesn't have it. He'd be out there himself. So you're charging, I understand studio time, yeah. But 4 sessions, $400,000. Then you're charging the artist for being in the video.
If he records a song with his artist, he pays himself.
Wow, you hear that? If he records a song with his artist, he pays himself.
Insert himself into their videos. A video come on, you be like, I hate that guy.
As an artist, you can go #1. Song is being played all over the nation, but you don't have the money to go to it because you're not making the proper money off of your royalties.
Wow. So he getting paid off the artist. It was so bad for Craig Mack. His ex-wife said, this guy's performing. Listen,
Getting money from my father
she had to get money from her father to pay the bills.
to take care of the house.
Wow. Get money from her father. But Craig Mack is on stage. She even said that her husband had asked Puffy for money. Like, hey, just slide me some money, some cash. He's like, oh, do a show for me. And then he gave the guy $100 for a full show. $100.
And he'll get him back once he went and did this show. He literally went in his pocket and pulled out a knot of money this big and gave him $100 bill. You really just don't get.
I think Sean had an envy for his own artists. He was jealous of their talent and wondering, like, this talent is wasted on people who don't even really know what to do. And if I had that talent and my know-how, wow.
That's interesting. There's a lot of.
So what will he do? Since that most of our people aren't business savvy, and I hate to tell you, a lot of times you don't listen. Just like the one video uploaded on Patreon. I already told her before it happened. I'm not a know-it-all. No, I learned to listen. I'm around people that know more than me. I'm sure as heck gonna listen. She didn't listen. Now you're sitting up here, I don't want to fucking my business. It's in my business. Well, you wish you had listened to me up in your business, or this mess wouldn't have gone down. So good luck paying off $20K looking like a fool of the week. You try to tell our people some things and they don't want to listen. And if you're not rich, what's that saying? A poor man's wisdom is never heard. This is the information age. We got to call stuff out for what it is. Again, now you see why some people, even now, it's something I listen to do. Todd Tucker, he talks about this movie. How the heck you got 40 million downloads, Todd? And he said he got 6 figures, low 6 figures, 40 million views or what have you. I think for what? Now he's going independent. Why? It's the same game, just a different day. Same game played, just a different day. Now you know why some people get their music, what have you, and go straight to Spotify. They're trying to hear about. Not trying to hear about, oh, let me sign with a record label, what, to get ripped off? And then you think about that with the dominant culture, then you get with your own, and it's like the same thing warmed over. So now you see what an artist, think all the songs they make, look at the money he's making off the artist. Studio time, you got 4 sessions, that's $400,000. Are you crazy? Are we building? You gotta be kidding me. $400,000? I can see it. I mean, you must be cutting a whole album that they expect tens of millions of hits. So the studio time, because you got to pay for him being on your album, on your song, on your video. And then he gets his money too as a producer. So what's he doing? He's adding on to the overhead. And we all know in business, the overhead, assuming, of course, we got somebody young, the overhead has to be paid. So then you look up, He getting paid. He's adding that to his business expense. And what you want to bet? You do know more than likely. Wouldn't that also be a tax write-off? The man probably got all kind of tax write-offs. So besides being a producer, he's getting paid besides the studio time, which I understand that, but he's getting paid also to be in the video. So look at all the artists eating off these people, and then you look up, he's got more money than the artist, the one that's doing the work. Reminds you of the New Edition, and who did that? All that work. Everybody paid with them. Look at TLC. Look at Tony Braxton. Tony Braxton, how you selling all those albums? Aren't you with Pebbles and LaFace Records? L.A. Reid, isn't that who she was with? Where's your money? TLC, where's your money? Again, business deals with baseball bats. Oh, here's your advance. Hit the ground running. Okay, the artist hit the ground running. So where are the royalties from the song? We should. Who you think got the royalties from the song?
That's what you're going to try to do as hard as you can. You're going to try your best. And we know you're going to try your best. So you signed your deal. We gave you your advance. At Uptown, that's the only money the artists have ever seen, that first advance. Andre had to wait. He never saw anything else. Did he pick that up? He made it even tighter.
They love to hurt their own. Who the heck needs to clan when you got a black man that operates like this? And you're doing this to other black women and men. How the heck would Craig Mack's wife need to contact your father to pay the bills? Is he on stage performing? He's an artist? I think he is where he belongs, and I hope he stays there a long time. It wouldn't bother me if he never got out. It wouldn't bother me one bit. If it took me to just tap a table and they say, you're going to let him out today, all you got to do, simply said, is tap that table, my hands stand folded, especially on the Tupac issue. I mean, I'm old school, love Tupac. Oh, my. Woo! We're gonna let him out today. All you gotta do is just tap that table. We're waiting on you. Well, I got a news flash. You shall be waiting. I keep my fist balled up. I will keep my fist balled up. Well, to do that, I'm gonna probably need about 10, 20, 30 billion dollars. How much you got left? That's what it's gonna take. And for that money, oh, not just me. No, let's go down to all the artists that were ripped off. That's what I would do. How much you got? What's he worth? That's what it's going to take. And then some. You got any properties? That's what it's going to take. How many artists are there? Some of that money needs to be divided up by the artists so it can pay their families because they did the work. But just the tap free, he'll be up out of there. Child, those thick soup coolers, he'll be in there for a long time. He would. Oh my gosh, just horrible. Anyway, let me know what you all think. The ones at the top. Don't forget, sometimes the ones at the top, how many people have they heard at the bottom? They got to the top because somebody at the bottom really got. That's how they got to the top, because many people at the bottom really got. Let me know what you all think. If you've seen The Reckoning, Sean Combs, yep, I think this might be his karma. Extended lockup. I think this man is where he belongs. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Agree or disagree. It's okay. And I'm out.